Hi, this is Richard here, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Now today, we're going to be looking at some phrases we can use in business meetings. Now this will be a series of videos, but today I wanted to look at some phrases we can use for opening a business meeting. Now before we get into the video, don't forget to click subscribe, because if you click subscribe, that means you're going to be one of the first people to get the news when a new video drops. And it helps me and it helps other people get access to these videos because they're more likely to see them if more people are following and liking the videos. So make sure you do that. So today we have phrases for opening a business meeting. Now we've actually broken this down into a few different sections, into 5 sections actually. And I will try and put these phrases into a document so you can have access. So just check down in the description of the video and you will be able to find those. So let's look at section 1, getting everybody's attention. Now we need a nice phrase at the start of the meeting to really get everybody focused and get everybody's attention. So I have 3 for you today. Now the first one, you could say, okay, let's get the ball rolling. We use this phrase quite a lot in business meetings, to get the ball rolling. It's like in a football match. This is how they start a football match, right? One person kicks it to another person. To get the ball rolling, that's the start. But we could also use another one and we could say, all right, I think it's time to get down to business. To get down to business means to really get in there to start business. So I think it's time to get down to business. Or alternatively, we could say, okay, folks, let's get started, shall we? So we can use folks, it just means people. It's like a collective term. Okay, folks, let's get started, shall we? So that's a really nice one as well. So there are some phrases for getting everybody's attention. But also, you need to welcome and thank everybody for coming. So you could very simply say, thank you all for coming. That's nice and easy. Sometimes a simple option is the best option. You could also say, I appreciate you all being here, especially at such short notice, you might say, especially if you call a meeting and then people really don't have a lot of time to prepare for it or to make some space in their schedule. Thank you all for coming at such short notice. That's quite a good phrase as well. Or you might be pressed for time a little bit. So you might say, we're still waiting on a couple of people, but we really have to start. So you got 3 different options there. Now also, sometimes there are some people who can't make the meeting for various reasons. So you need to talk about those people at the start of the meeting as well. So you might say something like, I have apologies from Sally and James. So that just means Sally and James can't make the meeting today. Or you could say something like, Janet is unavailable today. She will not be with us for this meeting, or she'll not be with us. It's usually obvious by the context. Once you've done all that stuff, you've thanked everybody for coming, you've focused everybody and got their attention, you've reported anybody who's not going to be here at the meeting, you need to explain the objectives of the meeting, of course. So let's look at some phrases we can use for explaining the objectives of the meeting. You might say, the purpose of today's meeting is to look at ideas for a new product. You might also say, as you already know, we're here to discuss our new recruitment plan. Maybe we need to recruit some more people in different areas of the business, so we're here to discuss this. Or you could say, I called this meeting to discuss our new marketing strategy, for example. Now, once you've talked about why everybody's here at the meeting, you might want to look at the agenda. Now, the agenda is something that a good chairperson of a meeting has sent before the meeting. Everybody has a copy of it, and it's really just a list of things that you hope to discuss in the meeting that day. So, you might say, or you should say, does everyone have a copy of the agenda? Especially if it's your meeting, you should definitely print off a couple of extra agendas because there's always 1 or 2 people who didn't print off the agenda don't even know what the agenda's about. So make sure you do that. Or you might say, so as you can see, the agenda has been divided into 3 main parts. Firstly, we'll talk about marketing, then we'll talk about our new product launch. Finally, we'll talk about company restructuring. So you might have 3 things that you want to talk about in this meeting on that day. So as you can see, the agenda has been divided into 3 parts. You might also say, let's take a look at the agenda. There are 5 main issues up for discussion. So maybe you have 3, maybe you have 5 if it's a big meeting. And finally, once you've done all this almost preparatory work for the meeting, you need to start. So let's look at some phrases you can use to start. So you might say, we have a lot to get through. John, could you kick us off with item 1, please? So John, can you kick us off? Can you start? So we have a lot to get through. John, can you kick us off with item 1, please? Or you might say, Maria, could you get the ball rolling, please? Just start talking. Maybe if item 1 is about recruitment and Maria is HR manager and it's her job to talk about recruitment, well, she should go and talk about section 1 or the first thing on the agenda. Or very simply, you could say, Peter, could you start, please? Nice and simple. So I will put a link to a Google document that you can find all these phrases on. And if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. Maybe if you've got some other variations as well, write those down as well. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to keep watching, because this is part of a series. We will go through different parts of the meeting in the next few videos. So keep an eye out for that in the next few weeks and months. I hope that helps. Thanks.